can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
The Vice Chancellor of JNU, the President of AJ, and all the office bearers of AJ, as well as all those who are attending. A very good evening to you. It's a pleasure to be amongst you. It's always been a pleasure to attend the various functions at JNU. There's a very large number of army officers who are alumni of JNU, and that makes us very proud that whenever we visit JNU, a couple of things which are very important. And firstly, let me congratulate you all for having chosen a theme for discussion today, which by itself is one of the most important things that India has had for a very long time, but has not probably received the type of attention that it is receiving now. Self-reliant India. Self-reliance was the buzzword when we became independent. A lot of work was done, but somewhere down the line, the type of innovativeness that Indians are known for, it probably went abroad and did not stay on in India. I think a time has come for all of us to get together, for all of us to put our heart and soul into it to see that we can make India self-reliant. It is not just that the COVID has brought this situation. I think it was something which was looming on the horizon before we realized it. No country is considered strong. No country is considered powerful. No country is considered significant if it does not rely on its own resources. Because if you rely on others, in the times of difficulty, they can always twist your tail. And that is something which is not required. Unfortunately, what I found is that over a period of time, somehow we started looking at solutions which were cheaper. We started looking at things which gave us a quick fix solution to a particular problem. I think as all the alumni here will reconsider it and think back, something which should require inventiveness, something which requires innovativeness, something which is already in the blood of most of the Indians to work hard and produce results is what we need today, the foremost, if we have to become self-reliant. JNU has a great role to play, and the Vice Chancellor alluded to it very succinctly about as to what JNU can do. My feeling is no university is known because it has a beautiful campus or it has many people who come and study there, but university is known when it has academic excellence. A university is known when this academic excellence produces applied research. A university is known when its name becomes even shinier when the alumni and the people who are in the university come up with things which make a mark to the lives of people, to the life of a country, to the progress of a nation, and to the life of general people in the world. That's something which a university must have if it has to go on. Unfortunately, I do find last couple of years, JNU has been known more for other things than the type of innovativeness and the academic excellence that it had. I think we all need to respect. I think we need to get together, motivate others that time has come for India to make its mark. Time has come for India to ensure that it is in the forefront. We are moving forward, and I think the self-reliant mode is what is going to get us there. If today you do not have engines for your aircraft, where are we going to go? If we cannot make things for which we have to import, where are we going to go? I think we need to get out of this bad cycle or catch 22 situation that we have got in. It will take hard work, But I can very proudly say to all the alumni that you have it within you to produce the type of result that the nation is looking for. With this, let me wish you the very best. I'm quite sure this particular webinar of yours is going to make a mark for many more to come in the future. Thank you very much.